Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. And last week, on our Against the Odds poll, it was Chatterfang Squirrel General coming out on top. So today, we are heading to Modern to play some Squirrel Tribal, headlined by Chatterfang. Let's talk about Modern Squirrels, jump into some games, see the tribe in action. Alright, so here is our Squirrel Tribal Chatterfang deck, and the Squirrel Tribe, it is pretty sweet. So Chatterfang itself essentially doubles up our tokens. If we would make a token, instead we get our tokens plus that many 1/1 squirrels. If there's one thing the Squirrel Tribe is good at, it's making tokens. Chatterfang just doubles that up. It's like a token doubling season almost. Also gives us some removal where you can sack squirrels to kill stuff or maybe pump things in some situations. So the big thing about Chatterfang, as I mentioned before, is squirrels, their main gimmick is making squirrel tokens. Even in Modern, we got Squirrel Sanctuary, Verdant Command, Chitter Spitter, cheap ways to make tokens which get much more powerful if Chatterfang is doubling them up. We also have Court of Calling, which works really well with our token plan. If we make a ton of tokens, we can Court of Calling to tutor anything out of our deck. That allows us to get Chatterfang if we don't have it, or some of our big payoffs. Deep Forest Hermit is insane, makes 4 squirrel tokens, and it's a Squirrel Lord, and if we have Chatterfang, it's going to be 8 squirrel tokens. That means that 1/5 drop can be adding like 17 power to the battlefield with Chatterfang out. Squirrel Sovereign, another Lord. So what the deck really wants to do is just go wide with a bunch of squirrels, pump those squirrels, attack our opponent. The backup plan is finish the game with direct damage. Since Chatterfang lets us sack any number of squirrels for a single mana, if we can go super wide with our Deep Forest Hermits and our other token stuff, we can tutor up Blood Artist, sack all of our squirrels to Chatterfang, and just drain our opponent out of the game with the death triggers. We also have a bunch of other support squirrels. Squirrel Mob can be really big since its power grows for each squirrel. We have Mirror Entity, can pump all of our stuff. Toski, great tutor target. If we go wide, we can swing with all of our 1/1s, draw a bunch of cards, find more action. Realm Walker, honorary shapeshifter squirrel that lets us play off the top of our deck. 1 Ravenous Squirrel in the 1-drop slot. Mana base wise, Swarm Yard regenerates our squirrels. Cavernous Soul is good against control. Otherwise, typical Modern stuff in the sideboard. A bunch of different removals, some life gain, some artifact hate, some graveyard hate, some combo hate, and that is Squirrel Tribal featuring Chatterfang Squirrel General. That's our Against the Odds deck for this week, so let's jump into it. See the Squirrel Tribe in action. Are the new Modern Horizons 2 editions enough to make squirrels good? Let's find out. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll be back in a bit with the wrap-up. Need some new Modern Horizons cards? Well, you can pre-order them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, by heading over to cardkingdom.com. All right, Against the Odds time. We are scurrying around in Modern with Chatterfang Squirrel Tribal, and we shall see. Opponent. What do you got? What do you got? Temple Garden. Untap down to 18. And, oh my god, Boggles. Squirrels do not get along with Boggles. They are not friends. Squirrel Sanctuary, go. Yeah, that's, not good. Not good news. Why would someone named Merfolk God be playing Boggles? Says a lot about the state of Merfolk, I would say. Opponent. Hi, Umbra. Grows a Slippery Boggle. Hits us. Down to 16. And we draw a Court of Calling. We'll play Ravenous Squirrel. Verdant Catacombs. You attacking. Go. Forest for our opponent. And really need to draw land. Daybreak Coronet. Alright. First strike. Lifelink. Vigilance. Goes attacking. No blocks. Land, please? Alright, land. Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Get a forest. Chatterfang, go. I mean, we're fighting the good fight. If our opponent does not find evasion, we can chump for a while. Especially if Chatterfang sticks out. Wins up teeth. If our opponent does find evasion, then we die 1 to 2 turns. Uh-oh. Cracks Windswept Teeth. Plains. Alright, that's fine. Court Spirit Dancer. We can deal with that. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. Well, we will... I think we gotta take it this turn, unfortunately. Down to 5. We need to leave up a mana so we can return the Squirrel Sanctuary. And then make double tokens. Opponent passes. More mana is fine. More Chatterfangs. Well, kill the Spirit Dancer. Pass the turn. Alright, no evasion, please. No evasion. Opponent untaps. land, and another Daybreak Coronet. Well, that's not evasion. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks us. Well, block with Ravenous Squirrel. It dies. We get back Squirrel Sanctuary. Opponent up to 33. And, alright, another Boggle. Okay, well, we just gotta fade the top decks. And we can do some squirrely things. Play a Squirrel Sanctuary. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks. Temple Garden thins the deck. Alright, whiff, whiff, whiff. Opponent. Alright, another Boggle, that's fine. Lurus. Oh, that's... I forgot we live in a post-companion world. Opponent attacks. I'll block with a Squirrel and Chord of Calling for something. Yeah, let's just go Realm Walker on Squirrel. Opponent gains a bunch of life. Passes. So we are drawing a land finally, which is nice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, we will pass the turn. I mean, I think we awkwardly have a tiny bit of hope. I mean, eventually they're going to draw a Rancor or something and we die, but we'll see. We are going to start making a big board of Squirrels. We can kill the Lurus. Opponent. Another Daybreak Coronet. Goes to combat. Attacks. We don't crack this. Get a Overgrown Tomb untapped. Down to 2. Chord of Calling. X5. Get a Deep Forest Hermit. Make many Squirrels. Block with a Squirrel. Because of First Strike, we can't trade there even if we... I mean, we would like to, but... Opponent, pass it. Deep Forest Hermit, vanishing. Land on top. 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I think we play Squirrel Mob. Currently big enough to stop the triple Daybreak Coronet Boggle past the turn. I mean, we're fighting. We're fighting the good fight. Opponent draws a Spirit Dancer. Okay. Goes to combat. No attacks. Okay. So we're going to have to kill this by sacking Squirrels. All right, let's untap, see what we draw. So Deep Forest Hermit vanishing. Play Squirrel Sovereign off the top. Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Get a Forest. Go to combat. Attack with the 16/16 Squirrel Mob. Opponent chumps. Well, we will play a Blood Artist. We will sack 2 Squirrels. Kill the Spirit Dancer. Drain you. I mean, we're going off. We are going off. We're always one draw away from doom, which is a scary position to be in. But we are squirreling them. All right, back up to 4. Opponent, please don't top deck. All right, top deck's the Griff Boon, and that kills us. Huh. Well, that was a good example of what the Squirrels can do when given time. Unfortunately, we just don't really have great answers to the Boggles. Assassin's Trophy, Beast Within, Maelstrom Pulse, Rex Age, Crippling Fear. Go down a Fatal Push. Go down a Realm Walker. Go down a Blood Artist. A Verdant Command and a Squirrel Sanctuary. Yeah, alright, try it like that. Well, I mean, you could see what Squirrels can do. If we have time to get going and we're not interacted with, we can do powerful things. Unfortunately, those powerful things do not stop a huge evasive Boggle. Well, alright, we'll keep. Sand is not going to Squirrel quickly, but it can answer Boggles more effectively than most of our draws. Overgrown Tomb tapped. And I mean, I guess eventually we're going to get to Deep Forest Hermit. Opponent, land, Boggle, yeah, and passes, Forest, go. Razor Verge they get for our opponent, and Hyena Umbra, and another Glade Cover Scout. Well, we get to Rex Age the Hyena Umbra, and if we draw land, this Crippling Fear could actually be huge. Opponent hits us. Down to 18. Come on, deck. Show us a land in the next 2 turns. Actually, 2 lands would be great for this Fatal Push. All right. Well, we didn't get the land, unfortunately. We will grab a Swamp. Rex Age. Kill the Hyena Umbra. Oh. Well, we need a land. Any untapped land for this Crippling Fear to get rid of the Boggles. Opponent land, Ethereal Armor, and Spirit Mantle. Well, now we need multiple things. Opponent gets and hits us. Can't block. Down to 13. Well, we draw a tap land. Okay, this is really, really, really close. If we can set up the hard sweep with Crippling Fear, we got a shot. Opponent gets Lurus. All right, land, untapped, Rancor. Well, the bad news is Lurus is going to let our opponent rebuild a bit, but we get to Assassin's Trophy, Ethereal Armor. Now we need a fetch land to deal with the Lurus. Oh, Lurus is so obnoxious. Opponent hits us. Oh, that's a fetch land. All right, play the land. Well, there's hope. There's actually hope. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crippling Fear. Somehow our Squirrel deck is naming Shaman. Kill the Dorks. Opponent gets back the Rancor. So our opponent gets to play Lurus, replay a Boggle. But we do get to Fatal Push it. And then we're hoping that Deep Forest Hermit will take us home, Opponent Temple Garden. So their hand is Lurrus and Rancor. Crippling Fear might be enough. It might be, Opponent. Lurrus. Well, let's see if they choose to recast. I'm assuming it's just Glade Cover Scout. It's going to come down to our opponent's top decks, I think. There's a Glade Cover Scout. Opponent rancors it up. Well, crack this. I think we got to shock ourselves, unfortunately. Yeah, Overgrown Tomb, untap, down to 6. Well, it's going to depend on what our opponent draws. Kill the Lurrus. Untap. Deep Forest Hermit at the ready. Deep Forest Hermit. Make some dorks. Let's see, opponent's at 16. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, no attacks. We might be Court of Calling. We'll see what our opponent does. Court of Calling for Squirrel Mob could be huge. Opponent, combat. Oh, we could also... Wow, this is really tricky. So if we get a Lord, our opponent blocks here, takes 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I think we get a Squirrel Mob. We could also wait and try to get, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We could also get Toski. That actually might be the best bet. All right, let's untap. Yeah, I think Toski's the way to go. So, Deep Forest Hermit. Ooh, does that do anything? Well, let's Court of Calling. X4. Toski. Go to combat. Do some attacking, draw some cards. Gotta leave back one extra Squirrel because of Path to Exile. Chitter Spitter. Swarm Yard. Now play the Swarm Yard. Pass the turn. Come on. We gotta fade one draw. We gotta not die in this one draw. Opponent. Glade Cover Scout, that's fine. And Daybreak Coronet. Well, we don't die. Opponent goes attacking. This does not really count as fading a draw, though. Well, we will block. Go to 2. Opponent goes to 16. Deep Forest Hermit vanishing. All right, is there a way we can get out from under this? We already used our Rex Sage, so we can't get that to blow up the Rancor. So opponent can go up to what, 20, 22? They're gonna be able to block Toski no matter what. What happens if we attack with everything? If we attack with everything. Opponent goes to 22. They block. Yeah, we're not even close to killing them. Yes, Toski's an issue. That's getting our opponent a lot of life. Maybe we just gotta attack with a bunch of stuff. Is there any way we can win with Chatterfang? Chatterfang can sack whatever our opponent blocks. Yeah, we might just need to get Chatterfang. All right, so I think we... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get Chatterfang. Verdant Command, Blood Artist, Squirrel Mob. All right, let's get Chatterfang. Let's play Squirrel Mob. Big enough to block. Pass the turn. No attacks. Wow, come on, don't draw evasion this time. Well, I guess he already got evasion. Don't draw something that kills us. Another Rancor. That doesn't get through the Squirrel Mob, though. Oh, we might have it. We might have a shot here, opponent. Combat. Well, we will gain 3 life, make some squirrels with Verdant Command. I think this is going to do it. Untap. Oh, no, this vanishes, though. That makes it harder. Deep Forest Hermit leaves. Do we still do it? We draw Peatland. So if we attack with everything, opponent blocks here. I mean, we are going to draw a ton of cards. We'll play the Peatland. Play Blood Artist. Go to combat. Attack with many squirrels. Opponent going to block a squirrel. We will Chatterfang. Sack it. I think this does it. Chatterfang kill. Drain you. Hit ya. Kill ya. We did it. That was Chatterfang power. We overcame the Boggle I mean, I guess it was also Crippling Fear, but that was actually a really sweet Chatterfang game. Chatterfang is really powerful. It is actually a really powerful card. I mean, this matchup is ridiculously scary, but I mean that shows what Chatterfang can do. Maybe we go on Chitter Spitter. Bring back in the Fatal Push. Actually, maybe we go Path. We want to be able to answer Lurrus. That's the big one. Well, all right. And now we hope for the mulligan to 3, which does happen on occasion with Boggles. About it. Do we keep it? Oh no, opponent's keeping 7. All right, well, I mean, we're going to try. Wins up teeth. Opponent cracks it. Boggle. We need a Squirrel Edict. Opponent, Temple Garden untapped. Boggle, Gladecover Scout, and passes. Well, Nurturing Peatland, and Squirrel Sanctuary. Go. Opponent. One of these days, our opponent's just going to have the unbeatable nut draw, where this is like huge and trampling on turn 2. Alright, Spirit Dancer, that's fine. Opponent goes attack, no attacks. I mean, we have the answer to Spirit Dancer. Burn Catacombs. Crack it. Get a Forest. Kill the Spirit Dancer. Play Ravenous Squirrel. Pray for lands. Hit ya. Boot it. Ranker. And just a Ranker. Ranker passes. Okay. Well, that is a land. Well, I mean, we will play Squirrel Sovereign. Oh my god. We could have played around that. I was just not expecting that to be a thing. Well, go attacking. Well, like, maybe that's a punt. But as I say, no one expects a Mana Tithe, and that includes me, who has probably cast more Mana Tithes than anyone. Temple Garden tapped. Opponent. Another Ranker. And Slippery Boggle. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. Hits us. Down to 11. Oh, if we can get to this Deep Forest Tournament, opponent passes. Alright, well, we're gonna pass. Opponent's only got one card in hand, which is good. They are beating us down with a huge Gladecover Scout, which is less good. Opponent. Oh, finds an Umbra. Goes to combat. Attacks. Yeah, blocking's not even... All blocking does is kill an Umbra, and I guess soak up a little bit of damage. Yeah, well, this is what Boggles does. We will get a Forest. And we're dying to our own peatland. We will block. We will Court of Calling. Get a Squirrel Sovereign. Kill a Spider Umbra. Ugh, Boggles. Opponent. Pass it. We draw. Deep Forest Hermit that we can't cast. We pass the turn. Opponent. Cracks Horizon Canopy. Looking for the win. Oh, opponent. Windswept Teeth. And Gladecover Scout. And another Ranker. Alright, does that kill us? I think. Triple Ranker's kind of ridiculous. We just don't have a way to get out from under that. Opponent goes to combat. Passes. Well, I mean, I guess we're getting another Squirrel Lord. Untap. Burn Catacombs. So if we kill the Rankers, our opponent just recasts them. But we're going to have to do mass chump blocking. Ugh. Alright, pass the turn. Yeah, 4 life is not a high life total. Opponent. Cracks Windswept Teeth. Gets a Dryad Arbor. Untaps. Another Gladecover Scout. Goes to combat. Big attack. Yeah, so we have to... Yeah. Ugh. So close. Yeah, this puts us to 1. Yeah, this just does it. Wow. So even if we draw our Crippling Fear, we can't cast it. Oh, too many Rankers. Well, we actually kind of made it close against Boggles of all things. I mean, that was a reasonable performance, I would say, for the deck. Unfortunately, our opponent had that Spider Umbra to go with the triple Ranker, and that was enough to win the game. Opponent plays a Ranker. Well, we'll see what we draw just for fun, but because, fetch land. Well, I mean, that was not bad, considering we were up against Boggles. The Squirrels fought the good fight. Couldn't get there in the end because Boggles is an amazingly obnoxious deck, but we tried hard. All right, against the odds time, we are squirreling in Modern, and I mean, I guess we keep this. We got Verdant Command into Realm Walker, and then this could maybe find us more squirrels. Opponent, Urborg, and Inquisition. Takes. Wow, takes a Verdant Command. Interesting. Well, crack this. Grab a Temple Garden. Untap. Forest. Go. Alright, we could use no more lands and more squirrels. Opponent. Thoughtseize. Well, we will Verdant Command. Make 2 squirrels, green 3 life. Opponent takes our Realm Walker. Alright, squirrels. Blood Crypt. Tapped. Opponent passes. Well, we will Squirrel Sanctuary. Make a squirrel. Play a land. Hit you with the 1/1s. Pass the turn. Opponent. Okay, down to 16. We're getting there, sort of. We got the removal covered with the Swarmyard, Mutavault, and Proxa. That's a bit of an issue. Well, we will discard Verdant Catacombs, take our beats. Oh, another Verdant Command for Crocs would be nice. Shrieking Affliction. Alright, so opponent's playing some sort of 8-rack style deck. We do take some damage. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, well, pass the turn. We actually have potentially an interesting line here. Croxa coming back is a problem, but we can theoretically get Toski and draw a bunch of cards. Another Croxa. All right, well, trigger on the stack, Chord of Calling, X4, Toski. Toski's big. That's our way we can refuel and get out from under the Shrieking Affliction. That might be Squirrel power. This Toski actually seems like it could be really good here. Opponent hits us with Shrieking Affliction. Yeah, down to 10. Ooh, so close. Well, go to combat. Attack with everything. I think we let a squirrel die because we want to draw a land and play Deep Forest Tournament. Oh, that's fine. That's indestructible anyway. You should be blocking a 1-1. All right, opponent realizes. Blocks a 1-1. We draw 3. Rooting for the land. The land would be the best, so we get to draw 3 cards. Squirrel Mob. Land. Blooming Marsh. Well, yeah. We will play Deep Forest Hermit. Make a bunch of squirrels. Okay. Opponent needs a Wrath. Opponent needs a Wrath. If they got a Wrath, they're probably going to beat us. If they don't have a Wrath, the squirrels are here. The whole mob. Opponent. Thinking it over. Inquisition. Takes a Squirrel Mob, sure. And Liliana. Sure. We will sacrifice a squirrel token. I mean, this should do it, right? I mean, I guess it's not technically lethal, but we draw so many cards. Go to combat. Attack you. Oh, wait, is this Xaxes? It is. Whew! Squirrel win! Scurrying in for the victory. Well, Toski was sweet. Toski was key. Toski is what let us win that game. So opponent's playing 8 rack. So Veil of Summer in. Assassin's Trophy, Maelstrom Pulse, maybe Endurance? Chitter Spitter, gonna go down. A little bit slow. Realmwalker's okay. We can probably, they do have some things we want to kill, like Croxa. Verdant Catacombs gets it out of the graveyard. Or Verdant Command. Maybe we go 1 Endurance? 1 Endurance. Go down the Mirror Entity. Oh yeah, let's just go down the Changelings, I guess. And a Sanctuary? You know what? Let's go 3 Fatal Pushes. Try it like that. Well, that was a good squirrel game. Toski is quite the card when you can build a big board full of stuff. And that let us draw enough cards to not die. I mean, I think that's our main recipe for success. Our opponent's going to viciously attack our hand. We are going to need to find a way to get Toski on the battlefield. Well, okay. We will keep. This can put bodies on the board. A little bit away from Deep Forest Hermit, but it would be nice if we could somehow get our opponent with Veil of Summer. That's a pretty big swing in this matchup. Opponent, Urborg, and Inquisition. Well, I assume they take the Veil. Wow, Squirrel Sanctuary, interesting. Well, Verdant Catacombs, go. Opponent, Mutavault, the Rack, and passes. I mean, we can kind of play at instant speed at the moment. Swarm Yard, go. So we can leave up this Veil of Summer in case they try to Thought Seize us. And then if they don't Thought Seize us, we can make Verdant Command tokens. Liliana the Last Hope. That's actually pretty obnoxious. That's pretty good at sniping. Actually, I guess we can use the hidden mode. Verdant Command. Actually, I guess we use it next turn. Okay, so opponent ticks up. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just wait till our end step. We will make a couple squirrels, gain 3. We will untap. Take 0. Overgrown Tomb. Okay. Maybe. Attack Liliana. I mean, that Chord of Calling can potentially get our Toski, and that's our big payoff. Opponent, Swamp. I guess a Wrath is still a problem. Well, we will 1, 2. Actually, yeah, let's 1, 2. Hopefully they don't have Damnation. Verdant Command. Make 2 squirrels. Counter Liliana's ability. All right, no Damnations. Opponent. Another Rack, sure. And wow, they do have a Damnation. Oh, that's gonna beat us. All right, that's real bad. Real bad. Well, opponent passes. They're out of cards, but I don't know how we beat this Liliana is the problem. We play Squirrel Mob. Well, we can play Squirrel Mob. Let's do that. Liliana, that's potentially a way. It is a 2/2, so that means it doesn't die to Liliana. And then our opponent doesn't get to untap, so maybe we can just attack it down? Opponent takes up, sure, and passes. We take 0. Well, we will Squirrel Sanctuary, grow the Squirrel Mob, hit Liliana, play Peatland, pass the turn. Opponent, land, 1 card in hand. All right, gonna kill our squirrel for now. Oh, land for Deep Forest Hermit would be really big. Really big. Opponent, passes. We draw. Well, we take 0. Oh, another Deep Forest Hermit. Well, we go to combat. We attack Liliana. Opponent Mutavaults. Well, we got Swarm Yard, so this is fine. Oh, why is it a 3/3? Unclear, but we will kill the Liliana. We will pass the turn. Oh, we really just want to land. We really just want to land. Opponent. We got a shot. Oddly. Blood Crypt. Tapped. Takes up on Squirrel Mob. Sure. Opponent's passing. We take 0. Come on, deck. Well, I guess we just, pass the turn. We can play Ravenous Squirrel, but it is going to die. I guess it does get us back the Squirrel Sanctuary. Maybe it's fine. Yeah, let's just pass. Liliana's only on 2. I guess we do have this Court of Calling, so I guess what we can do is maybe wait until end step and get takes up on Squirrel Mob, get a Squirrel Lord. We would actually love our opponent to cast a discard spell so we can Veil of Summer and cycle. Like, our big payoff are these Deep Forest Hermits. Wow, gonna go beatdowns, okay. Opponent goes to combat, hits us for 2. Sure, we will take it. Down to 18. Oh, it's because Mutavault's a squirrel. This triggers for all squirrels, I see. Well, let's Court of Calling. X2, get a Squirrel Sovereign. Untap, take 0. Kill the Liliana. Blow up the Rax. Oh, this Maelstrom Pulse is gonna be great. Actually, do we even do that? Do we even need to do that this turn? I don't think so. Let's just play Ravenous Squirrel. Pass a turn. We have Regeneration, and we have Veil of Summer to protect from discard. We don't want to lose a Maelstrom Pulse. We do need to blow up these racks eventually. And sooner or later, we're going to hit the land for Deep Forest Hermit, and then that's a clock. Opponent. Another Bantu's Last Reckoning. Well, we'll regenerate the Squirrel Mob. We will get back Squirrel Sanctuary. Still have Veil of Summer mana. Opponent passes. Take 0. Well, replay Squirrel Sanctuary. Go to combat. Hit ya. Opponent down to 17. I mean, this is kind of working. It's not going quickly, and we haven't found Chatterfang, but we are staying alive through double Wrath even. Opponent. Oh, I was not expecting this at all. Okay, well, now we might be dead. Yeah, that's bad news. Bad news. Opponent has a Blood Moon. Well, Verdant Catacombs. Go to combat, hit ya. Down to 13. I don't know, maybe we can still get there. Maybe we can still get there. Opponent. This does shut off our black mana. Grafdigger's Cage. Okay, so opponent's just got hate cards for days. Oh yeah, I was not expecting Blood Moon. Opponent. So now we can't Court of Calling. Well, we will Veil of Summer, draw a card. We need to hit another forest, but I don't know that we can. Oh my goodness! Triple Bantu's Last Reckoning. Well, we will pick up Squirrel Sanctuary. Opponent passes. Forest. We need a forest. Play Blooming Marsh. Replay Squirrel Sanctuary. Wow. We could have played her on the Blood Moon. I just didn't realize we needed to. Normally, you don't see Blood Moon in these decks. Well, Squirrel. Opponent tapped out for the moment passes. Can we draw Forest? We take 0. Assassin Trophy. Dead card. Even just one... Oh, yes, it's so brutal. Hits you down to 12. Opponent untaps. And Wrench Mind. Well, we will discard a Court of Calling and Fatal Push. Opponent passes. Hit you for 1. Pass the turn. Oh! Yeah, down to 11. Opponent untaps. If we ever draw a green source for this Deep Forest Hermit, it's so good. Another Grafdigger's Cage. Opponent passes. We take 0. Well, Squirrel Sovereign. That does help a bit. Go to combat. Hit ya. Down to 9. I mean, opponents use 3 Wraths. They gotta be out of Wraths. How many Wraths can they possibly be playing? Opponent finds a Liliana. Obnoxious. Well, we will sack the Squirrel token. Opponent has another Grafdigger's Cage. Forest, please? Oh, there it is. There it is. We finally found it. Okay. Deep Forest Hermit. Old border for the Rubbids. Board is built. Kill your Liliana. And that's it. Opponent's got to draw another Wrath or they're dead. Oh, the Squirrel win. The Squirrel win finally. Through the Blood Moon and all the hate cards and the racks. And opponent scoops it up. Well, that was a pretty good example, I guess, of how squirrels can grind a bit. Our opponent had triple sweeper. Triple! And the squirrels were still able to overcome. And the Blood Moon, that Blood Moon really slowed us down. But, all right, sweet. Squirrel time. Chick. All right, against the odds time. We are squirreling in Modern, and too many lands in hand 1. All right, this is fine. We can put one of our many Chatterfangs to the bottom. Well, okay. Only 2 lands, but elves. the classic tribal matchup, elves versus squirrels. Unfortunately, our opponent's deck's really good at making lots of mana. Our deck less so. Well, land and Squirrel Sanctuary. Yeah. Opponent untaps and forest and Duanian's Elite. So what we need to do is get enough mana that we can, oh boy. Well, what we need to do is get comboed by Heritage Druid. Modern is a fast format for the old Squirrel Tribe. That's Lord. All right, so opponent infinite mana, removal spell please. Fatal Push, another Chatterfang. Well, pass the turn. Chatter, chatter, chatter. Sad chatter. What does a depressed squirrel sound like? Opponent, nurturing peatland. Curian Ranger. Well, I mean, the problem is I don't even know what our hope is. Like, what are we hoping to draw? Opponent adds 6 mana. Morale, oh my god, that's pretty good. Now they play cards off the top of their deck. Goes to combat. Yeah, like, oh, what is our best draw? Our best draw is we draw a Fatal Push and kill a Lord and then die. Opponent passes. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't... I guess we could have made 2 squirrels with Verdant Command. It just... Nothing we really do matters, though, with that board. Well, we can bring in Crippling Fear. We can bring in Maelstrom Pulse. We can bring in Path. We can bring in Collective Brutality. Basically, anything that kills a creature will go down... What? Chitter Spitter, probably going to be too slow. Realm Walker, probably going to be too slow. Maybe a Verdant Command and a Blood Artist? Run it like that? Well, we're on the play. We're on the play for game number 2. Yeah, Elves just gets off to such fast starts. You need to be able to Wrath. If you have a Wrath, Elves kind of can do nothing, but... Or even like a ton of targeted removal. But if you're not interacting with them, Elves is going to just run you over. So we have 3 1-mana squirrels. Yeah, this hand just doesn't... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Can't even cast anything. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, oh, boy. 1 lander's all the way down. All right, 3 cards. Bottom, 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 bottom. All right, we're going to need the craziest string of top decks in the history of Magic. Our first hand... was okay, but it just doesn't do anything to stop the elves. And then all of our next hands were 1-landers. Many of them with our one land being Cavern of Souls, which doesn't even cast removal. And next thing you know, we got 3 lands and no squirrels. Opponent, Elvish Warmaster, goes to combat. Hits us. Sure. Court of Calling. A little bit better when we have a board full of squirrels. Worse when we don't. Well, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Guiltleaf Palace. Reveals Heritage Druid. Let the combos commence. Yeah, taps them all. Realm Walker. I mean, we're super dead. 3-card hands tend to do that. 3-card scroll hands. That would be the miracle of miracles. Opponent, another elf, goes to combat, hits us. So how can we win? Land and our sweeper. Can't cast that past the turn. Yeah, land sweeper would give us some shot. Not a great shot, but that would be a shot. But we're running out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Elf makes an elf and another. Oh, they must be playing that off the top of their deck. I was gonna say, like, seems better if you play out Warmaster first, but opponent. Yeah, all the manas. We need a Squirrel Heritage Druid. I'm actually curious what squirrels look like pre-nerf. Apparently they were too busted during testing, and Wizards had to knock them down. They're worried. They're worried that Chatterfang was gonna wreck Modern. Had to knock him down a peg or two. Get him away from the bird feeder. All right, against the odds time, we are playing some squirrels. It's Squirrel Tribal time in Modern, and well, I guess we'll keep this. We'll put Blood Artist to the bottom. And we'll see. We can make a couple squirrels, and we got a Lord, Temple Garden for our opponent, untapped, and Arbor Elf. Opponent might be doing slightly more unfair things than we are, like comboing. 1/1 squirrel, can you beat it? Hopefully the answer is no. Opponent, Horizon Canopy, extra mana, taps, untaps, and Heliod Suncrowned. Seems busted. Well, Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Get a Overgrown Tomb, untapped, and Squirrel Sovereign, hit you for 2, down to 15. Deceptively, I mean, we could just lose right now to our opponent's combo. Taps, untaps, okay, infinite life, and we scoop it up. Well, We did get to play 2 squirrels before our opponent went infinite. That's something. So, what do we do about this infinite combo? Can we do anything? We bring in another removal spell and path. Go down Ravenous Squirrel. Go down Realm Walker for Assassin's Trophy? Crippling Fear could be good. Maybe we go with Crippling Fear and go down... Chitter Splitter is just going to be too slow, and it dies to Skyclave. Let's try it like that. Alright, well, a touch more removal. We are in the play this game. Alright, well, I mean, if we can curve out into Deep Forest Tournament, this hand's sweet. I mean, assuming we actually live that long. Squirrel Sovereign, go. Or Squirrel Sanctuary, go. Put it. Horizon Canopy, Arbor Elf. Well, we will kill the Arbor Elf. Gotta bolt the bird. Tap land. Squirrel in for 1. About it. Ooh, risky keep. No respect for the squirrels. Well, Forest. Chatterfang. Alright, well, we don't mind too much getting a land here. Hit ya. I mean, this does get us closer to Chord of Calling for something. Hopefully our opponent just does not draw lands for a minute or two, and we do draw land. Oh, okay. That's what we wanted to see. The Squirrel Dream. Deep Forest Tournament. Yes, we will make some squirrels. You got another path? Alright, opponent's got paths for days. Well, we'll get a land out of our deck. We'll make a bunch of squirrels. We will hit you for 1. Upload it. Passing. Now, let's think about this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? 1, 2, 3, or 5. Let's just get another Deep Forest Tournament. Go to combat. Hit you. And opponent dead. Alright. Opponent kept the 1-lander because they had just no respect. No respect for the rodents. And as squirrels do, we emptied their bird feeder. And, oh my god. The squirrel jokes are so bad. They're so bad. Look up squirrelpuns.com sometime. They're all horrible. Yeah, let's keep it like that. Well, I think we found the secret. If our opponent keeps a 1-lander, we got him. Our deck is absolutely busted against our opponent keeping 1-landers. Yeah, I guess we keep this. Opponent mulliganing to find their combo. Forest, Arbor Elf. Fatal Push? No. Verdant Catacombs, go. Opponent. Temple Garden, untapped. Well, they got their mana this time, and also a Heliod by the looks. Yeah, well, crack this. Get a Temple Garden tapped. Play Blooming Marsh. Yeah, I think we gotta pass for now. If they go for Spike Feeder, we can fizzle it with Assassin's Trophy. Opponent goes attacking. Well, we'll take the 1. Wait. Oh, alright. Well, in that case, we'll just Fatal Push the Arbor Elf. I mean, that's a pretty good sign our opponent does not have it. Another Arbor Elf. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, we got to start doing things, right? We can't just do nothing forever out of fear that they're going to top deck the win. I mean, it's got to be exactly Spike Feeder. Let's play a Mirror Entity. Go. All right. Maybe our opponent was just playing around our open mana, but we're squirrels. Who plays around the open mana of squirrels? Well, apparently our opponent. Fair enough. Well, squirrels, really good when your opponent keeps a 1-lander. A little less good against combo when they don't. Yeah, next time. Alright, against the odds time, we are scurrying around in Modern with squirrels. Squirrels. Many, many squirrels. We're on the play, which is nice. Well, okay, we'll keep this. No 1-drop, but theoretically... Yarion, so control. Well, Verdant Catacombs, go. Theoretically, we can make squirrels, and then Chord of Calling something and hope for the best. Opponent, Prismatic Vesta, gets a Forest, and... oh my god, Utopia's Brawl. Alright, sure. Well, we will get a Overgrown Tomb tapped. Untap. Well, play a land, play a Squirrel Sovereign. Go. Boot it. Pillar of the Perrunes. Oh, so it gotta be like 5-color Niv to Fairy. A fair and balanced Magic the Gathering card. Bounces Squirrel Sovereign. Well, we will replay Squirrel Sovereign. Miss our land drop again. Pass the turn. Boot it. Taps, untaps. Pillar of the Perrunes. Abundant Growth. Draws a card. And vindicates our Squirrel Sovereign. Takes up to Fairy. Well, we draw a land. We will play a Chatterfang. Go. Opponent still got 5 cards in hand. Opponent untaps. Takes up to Fairy. land, and passes. Well, I mean, go to combat, attack Teferi. Teferi down, well, untap land. Blood Artist. Okay, this is maybe sort of coming together. Pass the turn. Okay, so in theory, oh, is this our opponent just winning with Bring to Light? Yeah, okay. That appears to be our opponent just winning with Bring to Light. Bring to Light for Velki, which is actually a Tybalt. Okay, opponent untaps. Yeah, that's kind of good. Well, we will Verdant Command. Get him. Get that Tybalt. Make 2 squirrels counter. Please resolve. That would be so good. The Squirrel answer. The Squirrel answer. The Squirrel answer. They might still have a Wrath, but that was good. Pound it. Please tell us you don't have a Wrath. Oh, they have another Bring to Light. Oh, God. Oh, Niv. Okay. Okay, sure. So opponent gets to draw a ton of cards. Lightning Helix, Bring to Light, Vindicate, Prismari Command. Yeah, that's pretty good. Opponent passes. So the problem is we know our opponent can get a Wrath. We'll go to combat, attack Tybalt. Attack Tybalt, kill it. Pass the turn. Yeah, the Wrath. The Wrath is the problem. We know they can Bring to Light for a Wrath. Opponent, Verdant Catacombs. Gonna go to combat. Hit us for a bunch. Yeah, down to 7. Well, actually, we're in danger of just getting burnt out. I guess the Blood Artist helps a bit if they Wrath. 8, 9, 10. Okay. Lightning Helix on Blood Artist. Well, let's see what our opponent does. If they're not Wrathing, this Court of Calling could be big game. Opponent, Teferi. Well, okay. Court of Calling, X5. Get a Deep Forest Hermit. Make a few squirrels. Okay. Wow, do we have a shot? Do we have a shot here? Opponent bounces Deep Forest Hermit. Well, a land would be the best. Land to just play Deep Forest Hermit. Well, that's a land. Crack it. Oh, Squirrel power. Chatterfang power. That was Chatterfang. Opponent scoops it up. They know what's happening. Deep Forest Hermit returns through a Tybalt, thanks to Verdant Command, through double Teferis, through Bring to Light, through Niv. That was the best Squirrel performance. That was sweet. But actually, I mean, we got to see Chatterfang go off, and we got to see what the deck can do if it gets him in it. Hilariously, that Verdant Command was game swinging. Verdant Command to counter the tick down on the Tybalt off the instant speed Bring to Light to save Chatterfang is what allowed this to happen. Whew. So what did we learn this week about squirrels in Modern? And I should say, we ended up losing that last match. I know we only saw game 1. That was our best squirrel game overall. Games 2, games 3, typical Niv stuff, just fast Nivs, Bring to Light for Wraths, not super exciting. So that means overall, we went 1-4 record-wise with Squirrel, 20% win percentage, which, you know, isn't super competitive. I feel like squirrels could do some cool things. We got to see, like, the game against Boggles, where we were just going off. Our opponent couldn't kill us. We had lots of time to, like, develop a board. We had massive, like, 17 power squirrel mobs and a huge board to draw cards with Toski. So it can do really sweet things. We got a opponent really good with Verdant Command, countering a Tybalt exile trigger on our Chatterfang, which was sweet. So we did get to see the deck do sweet things. Overall, though, the Squirrel Tribe, it's not super powerful. Before Modern Horizons 2, it basically didn't exist in Modern, so we're almost playing like a Modern Horizons 2 block constructed deck in a format that's really big and really fast and really powerful. So we got to see a lot of matchups where squirrels, they just don't quite match up to the rest of the metagame. And it's kind of funny because there was some mentions, I think it was Sam Black on Star City Games, was writing about designing Modern Horizons 2 and testing the set, and apparently they had to nerf squirrels during the design process. So I'm really curious what unnerfed squirrels would be like. But I think overall squirrels, they're like a fun, casual deck, and they can win some games. Chatterfang itself, the removal mode is huge. Like, with our deck being able to go so wide on tokens, we can just shoot down our opponent's entire board. The Blood Artist combo is a nice synergy, but we need another set or two, I think, of squirrels. Like, if we can get another Lord, we can get a few more cheaper token payoffs, then maybe squirrels could actually work. So I have high hopes that squirrels, thanks in large part to Chatterfang and Modern Horizons 2, can get there eventually, but I think we're going to need another couple squirrel sets to just round out the deck, because some of like the less powerful cards in our our deck. Squirrel Sanctuary, for example, Ravenous Squirrel, some of the changelings. It would be nice if we could upgrade those into more powerful squirrels. But right now there's like 12 squirrel cards or something in Modern, so the options are just really limited. We gotta make do what we have, but the deck had some really good games. When it works, it's really sweet. Plus, squirrels are just cute, so it's fun to see them work. Anyway, that's been our Against the Odds for this week. Well, as far as you know, that's been our Against Odds for this week. But, yeah, there might be a surprise in the future. But, yeah, you never know. You never know. That's been Squirrels. That's been Chatterfang. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.